Joining me now is Wadi Gaitan, National Press Secretary for the Libre Initiative. And Wadi, what are your major concerns here when you have a military presence on the border?
Well, it's really understanding that this is more of a cosmetic move for the president. He hasn't been able to accomplish his promise of securing the borders, of moving forward with Heart for the Dreamers. So he's trying to take action, but unfortunately, again, it's a cosmetic move. The National Guard cannot detain people at the border. The National Guard can only play a role of assisting individuals. They will not be armed, and they will not be able to go to the core of what we need, which is actual border security that includes surveillance, that includes modernizing our technology, fixing infrastructure. So at the end of the day, this is more of a cosmetic move for the president.
I want to get your reaction to those who point to President Obama's decision to send 1,200 members of the National Guard to the border back in 2010. Is it fair for Democrats now to criticize President Trump for this move?
Well, look, it's important to understand the context, right? So when President Obama called for this action, he worked with the governors in Texas and Arizona, but it was important to understand that we had an influx of unaccompanied minors at the border. We're talking about something about 50 to 60,000 minor children coming, again, from Mexico and from Central America. So it was really a crisis and a call and a need for reinforcement. Many people have said that the reason why the president is now calling for the National Guard is because of this caravan coming from Central America. The numbers do not pair at all with the 60 and 70,000 numbers that we saw during the crisis during the Obama era. So again, the National Guard is not going to be able to play the same role that we've seen in the past. We think that the president should really work with Congress. There's a deal on the table. There's a deal that they can take that couples border security, the improvement on our border, with a certainty for dreamers. And that is a real long-term permanent solution.
And so what do you think this is about here then? Do you think this is all just political posturing?
Well, again, the president really ran from day one talking about the crisis at the border or the need for border security. It's no secret that since day one, he's been looking for different opportunities to build the wall. If it was part of an infrastructure package or part of the omnibus or part of the March 5th deadline on DACA, he's looking for those opportunities, but he has not been able to accomplish this. So we really believe that this is his way of sort of saying, I'm taking action. He's trying to really look for a win. But again, this can't be a win unless we're going to the core of the problem. And the core of the problem is that the border needs improvement. And in order for that improvement to come, funds have to come through Congress. And the only way to do that is by coupling it with some real action for the dreamers. And again, I'll even add this. The president and Congress had action in 2017. They had tax reform. But in 2018, people are getting frustrated because there seems to be a lack of urgency to move forward on border security, on dreamers, on right to try, on criminal justice reform. If they want to have these accomplishments for the 2018 midterms, they're going to have to start putting urgency into their agenda.
All right, Wadi Gaitan, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We will speak to you again on another day. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Philip.
Did John Kelly threaten to quit?